But look, all right. Look, here's who I got. Right, UFC Freedom 250. Right, we're so close to it actually beginning. Right, we're live now. We've got some pregame shows going on. We got a couple legends talking shit on a pregame show, but it's not time for the fight yet. The first fight, Diego Lopez, Steve Garcia. I definitely got Diego Lopez knocking out Steve Garcia here. He's a Brazilian nationalist. The Brazilian national team on a global stage is an absolute monstrosity. Diego Lopez is the same. Absolute monstrosity. Bo Nickel versus Kyle. I think Kyle Dock. I think Bo Nickel is gonna get the W here, hands down, hands down. Let me know if you guys think any differently. But Mauricio Rufy versus Michael Chandler. This is one of those fights where low key it might go to decision, but I'm kind of favoring Mauricio Rufy here because once again the Brazilian national team, right? One of the greatest fucking nations in sports recently. So, it's always a good bet. If you don't know very much about the fighter, like Brazilians in every kind of sport, they tend to fucking dominate. It's just how it goes. All right. So, anyways, Josh Hokett versus Derek Lewis here. Now, Josh Hokett is one knockout away from becoming Doofy. And I'm not talking doofus. I'm talking scary movie Doofy when he's walking off and he corrects his walk and he takes off the police uniform and then he looks like a greaser boy. He got the little leather jacket, the white shirt, the slick back hair, and then he gets in the whip, in a convertible whip with some chick, right? That's who I'm talking about. He's one knockout away from his whole act, his whole doofy, goofy ass act becoming Doofy at the end of the scary movie where he corrects his walk and you're like, holy shit, Doofy's been the killer the entire time, right? We one knockout away from that, right? Next we got Sean O'Malley. O'Malley the Alley Cat. Enough said, man. Phenomenal fighter, phenomenal bantamweight fighter, right? Phenomenal. He's definitely gonna knock Zabi on his ass. I fully expect either a submission TKO or this goes to decision. But there is a possibility that Sean O'Malley might get the knockout here. But like I said, both of these are phenomenal fighters. I don't see any of them getting knocked out. Similar to that Alex Pereira and Cyril Gain, right? Phenomenal fighters. I don't see either of them getting knocked out. It is possible, right? It's possible that Cyril Gain could knock Pereira on his ass, but it is also possible that Pereira could knock Cyril Gain on his ass. Now, one thing that we really, really need to think of when we come to this fight, right? Alex Pereira has just transitioned towards the heavyweight sort of area, right? He's not necessarily used to fighting at the heavyweight. Do I think that's going to be a problem, right? He's been kind of fighting at the division below it, which is kind of like a light heavyweight type shit. So it's like he's kind of there at the heavyweight, right? But at the same time, has his body adjusted to what he needs, right? Can we safely say that Pereira's body has adjusted to what he needs in order to fully dominate in the heavyweight division like he's used to, right? We've seen him dominate in the light heavyweight. We've seen him dominate. I think there was a weight like slightly before that, middleweight, middle heavyweight, right? I forget what it's called, right? But we've seen him dominate. We've seen him do good, right? But the thing is, the heavyweight division has another aura. It's another level of aura. It's another level of skill. It's another level in the UFC, which is arguably the highest level possible that you could achieve, right? Like if you're a heavyweight UFC champion, can't nobody in the entire UFC see you in another weight class. They can't stand against you toe to toe, right? The heavyweight champion is hands down the best warrior, right? Because they're so heavy, the punches hurt way more than just a jab hits you like a fucking right hook from one of them bantamweights. You know what I mean? So that's just how it goes, man. So honestly, this is gonna be a tough fight for Alex Pereira and Cyril Gain, right? I mean, Cyril Gain is used to fighting against like opponents that are already heavyweight, right? He's been in the heavyweight division, I think, longer than Alex Pereira, right? And he's a Frenchman. Now we've seen France dominate on a global stage when it comes to their athletes, and I think that is a very, very, very sort of prominent theme here that the French athletes tend to dominate on a global stage, regardless of sports. Here, right, tends to happen. Wemby made it to the finals, right? He didn't win, right, but he was there. Mbappe made it to the finals of the World Cup 4 years ago. He didn't win, but he was there. He lost to Lionel Messi, arguably one of the greatest of all time to ever do it, right? And then we've got the final main event, right? It's all of this is about to start in roughly 6, 7 minutes, maybe 15 minutes if they're trying to maximize on the ads over there, you know. But Ilya Topuria versus Justin Gaz, whatever the fuck, man. Look, both of these guys, they're champions. You know what I mean? Ilya Topuria is a champion. Justin is a champion, man. He's a champion. They're all champions. They know how to fight, man. Topuria's got 2 titles for a reason. Justin's got 1 title for a reason. These guys are absolute monstrosities in the ring, right? I think between Topuria and Justin, I think I got Topuria winning it. But here's the caveat. Here's the caveat, right? Toporia's got a massive, low key, like a height disadvantage, right? Like low key, Justin's got like just the fucking bare minimum where it's like, all right, you got to fight someone taller, bro. He's like right to that, just edging right there. So I think it's gonna be a tough fight for Ilya Topuria, but even so, I think Ilya Topuria is one of those fighters where it's like height advantage, height disadvantage. He can find the correct way to completely throw your plans off balance, right? He could go in, right, hit you like you sitting here thinking, damn, cool little easy height advantage. Ilya Topuria, dodge, liver shot, dodge, rib shot, uppercut. I mean, at that point, bro, he puts you in a submission after you just received a fucking liver shot from Ilya Topuria and a rib shot from Ilya Topuria, plus a fucking uppercut. If you don't get knocked out by that, like we've seen Ryan Garcia get knocked out by less. You know what I mean? But if he hits that little combo on you and then he gets you to the ground, gets you a submission, you're not getting up. You're not getting up. But likewise, Justin's Justin's got that same level arsenal. Like I think Ilya Topuria is low key the better knockout machine here, but he's got that level of I don't know how to say it, but he's got that level, man. It's he's got that level. He's at that level, man. I think we all know this. So, anyways, UFC Freedom 250 is about to begin here in less than 6 or 7 minutes here. Hopefully, hopefully not more than 15 minutes or so. But before you go, right, I want to show you one thing here. It's all I want to show you. It's all I want to show you real quick, chat. Hey, enjoy the show, ladies and gentlemen, because this is gonna be one for the fucking ages. UFC Freedom 250, UFC White House. It's finally here, man. Alex Pereira, Cyril Gain, Ilya Topuria, Justin motherfucking Gaj, whatever the fuck his fucking name is pronounced. He's a fucking legend, just like Ilya Topuria. But look, my bet. Look, this is what I say, chat. This is what I say. Now, You could take my word for it. You could believe me. You could listen. But I think Ilia Topuria, liver shot, rib shot, uppercut, submission on the ground, TKO. That's what I think by submission. That's what I think by submission. If he doesn't knock him out, right? But again, that height advantage is absolutely insane. He's got that height advantage over Ilia Topuria, but I think Ilia Topuria is more of a knockout machine. So if either one of them is about to get a knockout here, I think it's Ilia Topuria, right? But look at this. Look at Chama. Chama versus Cyril Gain. That looks like a main event fight. We're getting treated to some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful fights here. Wonderful fights, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting spoiled here with some absolutely phenomenal fights here, man. Look at Ilia Topuria's stats coming into the fight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, both of these guys here are absolute warriors. Look at these stats. Look at these stats. Ilia Topuria going into UFC Freedom 250. Look at his stats, man. Look at his stats. Look at it. They're both weighing in at 155, right? Ilia Topuria's height, 5'7". Justin's height, 5'11". Like I said, he's edging the bare minimum where it's like, shit, bro, you gotta fight someone a little taller, because at this point he's almost like he's edging like half a foot. He's edging half a foot taller than his opponent, right? Like Justin's kind of looking like a bitch because he fighting somebody like damn near half a foot shorter, bro. Like, how you gonna be 6 foot fighting a 5'7" dude, and the 5'7" dude got 2 championship titles, right? But you gonna be out here, pretending to be hot shit, pretending to be fucking tough as shit, bro. Let's be honest, bro. Ilia Topuria hit you with that liver shot and that rib shot and that uppercut. You go to the ground, submission, or he goes to the ground and just starts elbowing you with those sharp ass elbows, sharper than knives. Done. But at the same time, man, Justin is no fucking scrub, and he's got the height advantage, right? But here's the fucking caveat. Here's the real caveat, right? 69-inch reach for Ilia Topuria, 70-inch reach for Justin, right? So the reach is just a 1-inch reach advantage for Justin, right? Despite the fact that he's damn near half a foot taller, his reach advantage is only 1 inch. So in reality, it's actually kind of an even match. I mean, look, if Justin could could use his height as an advantage, maybe throw some more kicks out there, there's a chance. There's a chance. But like we've seen today, the Germans have been dominating in the professional global stage when it matters most, when it's the most competitive. They've been dominating. And this motherfucker, Ilia Topuria, he looks like a fucking Mexican or a Colombian or whatever the fuck you want to call him, but he's a German. All right? The Germans won 7-1 against Curacao today. They've won 7-1 against Brazil in the 2014 Brazil World Cup, by the way. In their home turf, they made them look like bitches. All right? So the Brazilians are no fucking strangers to making you look like a bitch on your own turf. All right? They're no stranger to that. Justin is fighting at the White House. It's no surprise that the president picked a white guy as his mascot. No surprise. Justin's his mascot. Justin is President Trump's mascot right now. Okay, there's no surprise. No surprise there, right? But look, this fight could go either way. Either way. Both of them knockout machines. Both of them have never really known defeat, you know? They never really known defeat. They're both champions. They're both decorated warriors, to say the least, right? like we said, the height advantage earlier, like I said, the height advantage is going to be difficult, you know? Some of you guys in the comment might have commented on that too. So I'm streaming it right now too also. But seriously, it's going to be a great one. Leg reach, 3-inch leg reach. Alex Pereira Cirogain. Anyways, it's about to start, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed this stream, and I hope you are ready for a wonderful, wonderful fighting event, right? Today, the World Cup, but also UFC Freedom 250. So I hope you do enjoy, and I hope you fuck with professional sports, man, because professional sports analysts and enthusiasts, fans, whatever the case may be, we've been living it up lately. World Cup, NBA Finals, and now Freedom 250. Alex Pereira vs. Cyril Gain. Edith Porter just engaging. And to start things off, Diego Lopez, the Brazilian legend. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Mari Florentino, professional sports analyst, signing out. Peace. Hope y'all enjoy the show.